Hello, end of the week day, United States of America. Total gasoline sales versus price per gallon. Sales, price per gallon. Sales in red, the quantity in thousands of gallons per day in red, and the price at the pump in blue. Now I've put an oval in and a little black projection line there. Let's start with the blue line, which is the price at the pump. In 1993, it was about $1 a gallon. Yes, remember those days. $1 a gallon, just over. And it was again in 1999. The price was flat until the year 2000. But it then goes up through 2. But it's when it gets to $3 a gallon that I think Americans go, oops. Because you can see the red gallons per day sales line at that juncture at $3 a gallon at the pump. It flattens out. See that? It goes up and up and up, and then it flattens out when it hits $3 a gallon. Okay, and then it goes across interestingly, into the recession, 2006, 2007, 2008. But obviously that big price spike in 2008 really starts to make the amount of gallons sold go down and down. And then the recession hits and all sorts of naughty things happen and not much more is sold. And now we've seen since 2011 the price go up again through 3, 3.5, and twice it's gone through 4. And obviously the amount of gas sold at the pump has gone down and down. Now I've put that black projection line in as an extension of where the red line was going before the price hit 3 and the recession kicked in. Now always something happens to stop projections going on, but this is one more thing to say. Debts have been taken on with that sort of black line projection in mind. Debts were taken on in 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the expectation that the economy would keep going like that red line would keep going. But if you can see where that black line is now in relation to the red line's an awful long way lower. And this is what we've got now, is so many projections from the past, from the early 2000s, that just haven't come to pass. And the most important thing is that debts have been taken on, predicated on those projections going up and up, and they haven't. They've gone down and down. And quite frankly, the United States economy is lucky to be doing blah. Right, let's move on. Interesting one, this one. Monthly coal and natural gas-fired generation equal for the first time. What we have here in the chart is the blue, obviously ziggity-zaggity up and down, saw-toothed, is because of seasonal variations. Coal, I'm not sure, but I imagine that there might have been more oil used before the 1970s oil spikes. But since then, coal has been the main way of making electricity in the United States. But natural gas, the orange sawtooth one, has now gone above it. And this is a bit of an event, to say the least. So coal use has gone down, as you can see. It's been gradually going down since the recession started. And natural gas has been edging up. And it's taken really quite a jump up in the last few months, and this might continue. Nuclear is slightly down, and the others that really are just flat along the bottom and you struggle to see any change in variation are hydro, other renewables, and other things. Number 3 is Bloomberg, Europe. Over in Europe now, we've gone over to Europe. Europe burns coal the fastest since 2006 in boost for United States. Europe is burning coal at the fastest pace since 2006 as surging imports from US producers such as Arch Coal helped cut prices 26% in a year and benefited European power companies, including E.ON. So you're not using the coal in the United States, you're shipping it over to Europe, and Europe's using it. Number 4 is from the glorious newspaper that is The Sun in the United Kingdom. Old King Coal back in power. And this is showing that the United Kingdom now is using more coal to generate electricity than gas. Natural gas, obviously, on all these occasions. So what's this doing for our global warming, whatever it's meant to be? If the Americans don't use the coal, the Europeans will use the coal. This is the bottom line. Somebody somewhere along the line will always use the cheapest fossil fuel BTUs. Somebody will do it. Somebody will use them all up. Okay. Staying in the United Kingdom, oil and gas sector revenue projections. This is from the ONSOBR big doc that came out yesterday. And how much of UK oil and gas sector is going to be as a percentage of GDP going out into the future. This is going up to 2040, and you can see it's going to go up ever so slightly, up towards 1% of GDP for the oil and gas sector round about now, and then just disappear down to absolutely nothing. Changing gears slightly, but on a similar theme, this is the FAO Food Price Index. So that's the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization Food Price Index, going back to 1990, and we'll follow the yellow because that's the real price. Those are the inflation-adjusted prices. And you've got a channel there between 90, it will have been zeroed at 100 somewhere along the line. I forget where it is. Does it say? It doesn't matter anyway. Zeroed at 100 somewhere, but it's stayed in that channel between 90 and 130 from the year 1990, and it's yellow, so it hasn't gone out of that channel, interestingly, until the recession hit in 2008. And then it's popped up out, it's been out of the channel north in the 130 to 170 channel more than it's been in its lower one. But it's interesting to note how stable food prices of the world were up until this recession, which is interesting. N'est-ce pas? We think so. Finish in China with a Grigor chart, and it's mainly Grigor that's inspired most all of this presentation. Arable land in China, hectares per person, 1961 to 2009. And you can see the general trend is obviously downwards. It's 16 down to 8, so whatever the numbers are, it's halved. So that's the amount of land, an arable land that you can do things with. Arable land, that's land that's actually tilled by Arabs. And how much of that was available for the Chinese to use in 1961 up to 2009, and it's halved. Basically, they're building parking lots, housing and factories over the arable land. And that's it for today. Bye.